Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
(6:15). This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Romesh Piris, read by Soundithavam. Sri Lanka signs a $500 million loan agreement with China. The Director General of the Sri Lanka Customs says 6 containers with substandard oil will leave the country this evening. Payment of additional compensation under the Sri Lanka Deposit Insurance and Liquidity Support Scheme. The number of COVID-19 recoveries recorded in the country is on the rise. Visitors to prisons restricted during the New Year season. The Sri Lanka police arrest 925 individuals during a special police operation carried out in the Western Province. In news overseas, crowds surging at Kumbh Mela as deadly second COVID-19 wave continues to sweep India. And in sports, it's cricket. The Bangladesh cricket team arrives in the island. The Sri Lankan embassy in China said that Sri Lanka signed a $500 million loan agreement with the China Development Bank today. The ambassador, Dr. Palitha Kohana, on behalf of the government of Sri Lanka, signed the agreement. A statement issued by the embassy said this loan will infuse vitally required foreign exchange into the Sri Lankan economy. These funds will help the government efforts to facilitate rapid economic recovery following the setbacks caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. This $500 million loan was part of a $1 billion out of which $500 million was released last year. The Director General of the Sri Lanka Customs, retired Major General Vijitha Ravipriya, says investigations have revealed that coconut oil stocks with aflatoxin agents have not been released to the market. The Director General noted that 6 containers with substandard oil will leave the country this evening, adding that investigations are underway pertaining to 2 more importers. He said the customs will impose a fine on the importers and expense to re-export the stocks will be borne by the traders themselves. The retired Major General Ravipriya added that importers have a legal obligation to comply with directives issued by the customs. The number of COVID-19 recoveries recorded in the country has increased to 91,775. The Epidemiology Unit of the Ministry of Health said 144 patients recovered and were discharged from hospitals during the past 24 hours. Further, the department stated that 925,242 persons have been vaccinated against the virus in the country thus far. Meanwhile, the number of coronavirus infections confirmed in the country increased to 95,131, following the detection of 283 patients yesterday. 2,758 persons are currently receiving treatment for coronavirus at several facilities across the country. 247 suspected cases are also under medical observation at present. The death toll due to the COVID-19 pandemic in the country stands at 598. The Department of Prisons says relatives of inmates will not be given special opportunity to visit them during this year's Sinhala and Tamil New Year period. The prison's media spokesman Chandana Ekanayaka said, however, the regular visit allowed once a month will be permitted. 2 relatives are permitted to visit an inmate together once a month. The Sri Lanka police has reportedly arrested a total of 925 individuals during a special operation of the police carried out in the Western Province. The arrestees include 40 suspects connected to various crimes, 306 persons with pending arrest warrants, and another 518 suspects over various offences. The police operation had been executed on the instructions of the senior DIG in charge of the Western Province, Deshabandhu Tennakon, while the arrested suspects are to be produced before courts. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Get a personal loan for your marriage, education or housing within 24 hours with People's Bank Digital Banking.
The Water Supply and Drainage Board Minister Vasudeva Nanayakara has instructed the Water Supply and Drainage Board to manufacture water meters for water connections provided by the National Water Supply and Drainage Board from now on. The Minister of Water Supply and Drainage gave these instructions while inspecting the National Water Supply and Drainage Board's central machinery in Ratmalana. Nearly 100,000 water meters provided to ordinary households and institutions are often found to be inoperable and damaged in a single year due to various reasons. In such cases, despite the ability to repair the water meters properly, new water meters imported from abroad are often installed. The minister instructed that this situation must be stopped immediately and that the necessary equipment should be procured locally as soon as possible. The police media spokesman DIG Ajit Rohana says 5 individuals have been arrested with 100 kilograms of ice. The arrest had been made by the officers of the Police Narcotics Bureau at Ratgavatta in Sapugaskanda. Over the weekend, the PNB arrested an individual at Jaila with 100 grams of ice and 100 grams of heroin in his possession. Further investigations into the incident had led to the arrest of 6 more suspects yesterday, along with 13 kilograms of ice. Interrogations of the arrestees had led to another raid in Sapugaskanda, where the PNB had recovered 100 kilograms of ice today. That concludes local news.
Get a personal loan for your marriage, education or housing within 24 hours with People's Bank Digital Banking. People's Bank Digital Banking, your ultimate convenience.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The Central Bank of Sri Lanka wishes to inform the depositors and legal beneficiaries of the finance company PLC that the payment of additional compensation under the Sri Lanka Deposit Insurance and Liquidity Support Scheme commenced today as scheduled. The CBSL further advised to contact the Resolution and Enforcement Department for further inquiries through these following numbers: 0112 477 000 or 0112 477 261 or 0112 398 788. Repeating, 0112 477 000 or 0112 477 261 or 0112 398 788. That came to you in the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Moving on to Watchlight. The Railway Department today introduced a hotline number for commuters to obtain information and submit complaints, the department said. Accordingly, the commuters can dial 1971 to make complaints and also to obtain information related to train services. And came to you in Watchlight.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of
the best discount in this Urdu season, People's Leasing Polybasi. Enjoy an interest rebate of 25% from People's Leasing for all the leasing facilities during this Urdu season. Call 011 206 300 for more details. Conditions apply.
People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Making headlines this evening, crowds surging at Kumbh Mela as deadly second COVID-19 wave continues to sweep India. Bank Lazo wins surprise victory in Ecuador election. And police fire tear gas at protesters after officer fatally shoots man near Minneapolis. Tens of thousands of people have gathered to take a dip in the holy Ganges River as a deadly second COVID-19 wave continues to sweep India. The devotees are marking an auspicious bathing day today at the Kumbh Mela in the Haridwar city of the Himalayan state of Uttarakhand. Officials say they are struggling to impose safety norms due to huge crowds. Hindus believe bathing at the river will cleanse their sins and bring salvation. The Kumbh Mela takes place every 12 years and the venue is chosen from amongst 4 cities, including Allahabad, Haridwar, Nashik and Ujjain. The former banker, Guillermo Lazo, has declared victory in the Ecuadorian presidential election after his challenger, left-wing economist Andre Arauz, conceded defeat in a poll that took place against a COVID-19 pandemic that has devastated an already struggling economy. Lazo said he accepted the challenge of governing after winning the runoff with a 52.5% of the vote from 97% of the ballots that had been counted, according to figures published by the National Electoral Council. Tear gas has been fired in a curfew imposed amid angry protests after police fatally shot a black man in a traffic stop at the U.S. city of Brooklyn Center, just north of Minneapolis. The man has been identified by relatives as 20-year-old Dante Wright. Brooklyn Center's mayor issued a citywide curfew, telling people to be safe and go home. Tensions in Minneapolis are high as the trial of the former police officer accused of killing George Floyd takes place. Back to the headlines of the world news. Crowds surging at Kumbh Mela as deadly second COVID-19 wave continues to sweep India. Banker Lazo wins surprise victory in Ecuador election. And police fire tear gas at protesters after officer fatally shoots man near Minneapolis. That concludes this bulletin of world news.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of
The best discount in this Urdu season, People's Leasing Polybasi. Enjoy an interest rebate of 25% from People's Leasing for all the leasing facilities during this Urdu season. Call 011-206-300 for more details. Conditions apply.
People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Moving on to development news, the Secretary to the Ministry of Industries, Anusha Palpiter, recently made an observation visit to the Parandan Chemical Factory, the Elephant Pass Saltern and the Kurinjathivu Saltern for the future development activities of the industries. The Secretary also inspected the Parandan Chemical Factory under the Ministry of Industries, which is now completely destroyed and only about 200 acres of land belonging to the factory is left. Mr. Palpiter pointed out that salt, which is an essential raw material for revitalizing the factory, is common in the area and the contribution of a suitable investor is required. Moving on to sports news, it's cricket. The visiting Bangladesh cricket team has arrived in the island to participate in the two-match test series against Sri Lanka. The visitors are expected to play a practice game before the two-match test series, which gets underway on April 21st. Bangladesh will play a two-day intra-squad warm-up game, which is scheduled on April 17th to 18th at CMC Katunayaka. The first test will be played from April 21st to the 25th, while the second game will be held from April 29th to May 3rd, with both games to be played in Pallekele. Meanwhile, the fourth night match in the Indian Premier League between Rajasthan Royals and Punjab Kings will be worked off tonight in Mumbai at 7:30 p.m. local time. That's sports news. Business news up next.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply. Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
The silent scuffle between the travel industry stakeholders and Sri Lanka tourism erupted and came into the open, with Tourism Minister Prasanna Ranatunga last week obtaining cabinet approval to repeal the Tourism Act of 2005 and to draft a bill for a new Tourism Act. The minister said that the entire tourism sector is divided into 4 institutions: Tourism Development Authority, Sri Lanka Tourism Promotion Bureau, Sri Lanka Federation Bureau and the Sri Lanka Institute of Tourism and Hotel Management, which was a wastage of resources. The new act will look at establishing a new authority as the Sri Lanka Tourism Authority by merging the 4 bodies. That's business news, economic news up next.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money. Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
In economic news, the Bar Association of Sri Lanka has appointed a committee to study and make recommendations to the BASL in respect of the Colombo Port City Economic Commission Bill. The Colombo Port City Economic Commission Bill was presented to Parliament on April 8th, following cabinet approval. The government has already gazetted the bill titled Colombo Port City Economic Commission to establish a special economic zone within which there is ease of doing business that will attract new investments. That's economic news.
Weather Report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasir, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
The Department of Meteorology forecast showers or thundershowers to occur at several places over most parts of the island in the evening or night. The Met Department further predicted fairly heavy falls, about 75 millimetres, at some places in the Sabaragamuwa, Central, Western and Northwestern provinces and in the Galle and Matara districts.
Weather Report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasir, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
To conclude this bulletin of news, a recap of the headlines. Sri Lanka signs a $500 million loan agreement with China. The Director General of the Sri Lanka Customs says 6 containers with substandard oil will leave the country this evening. Payment of additional compensation under the Sri Lanka Deposit Insurance and Liquidity Support Scheme. The number of COVID-19 recoveries recorded in the country is on the rise. Visitors to prisons restricted during the New Year season. The Sri Lanka police arrest 925 individuals during a special police operation carried out in the western province. Crowds surging at Kumbh Mela as deadly second COVID-19 wave continues to sweep India. And the Bangladesh cricket team arrives in the island. That concludes this evening's news broadcast, and now it's back to your good friend and mine, N.A. Niranjana Besundara, to keep you well entertained till the end of transmission. All yours, Niranjan.